pleasant day to everyone. I'm Architect Jen and we're here again for another episode of Architects Insights. Today, napakakulay ng ating topic dahil ang mga mapag-uusapan natin ay more about colors. Kadalasan, pag nag-a-apply tayo ng kulay sa mga ipinapatayo natin or nire-renovate na space, kino-consider natin ang kulay as element of decoration lang. Today, aalamin natin ang napaka-importanting role ng kulay when it comes to architecture, design, and space application. Lingid kasi sa kaalaman ng ilan sa atin na there's a powerful role of colors. Sabi nga, color is a visual language which is understood by all. Example, di ba nga pag Valentine's, ang alam nating nangingibabaw na kulay ay ang red? Or kapag may birthday, yung iba sa atin gusto naka-red pag magsa-celebrate. So whenever we're trying to convey or transmit communication through building design application, there's no better way than doing it but with colors. Ang galing, di ba? Pero hindi basta-basta ina-apply ang mga kulay. Kung gusto nating maging effective talaga ang kinokonvey nitong message, dapat malaman natin kung ano-ano ba talaga ang mga behavior ng kulay. Haba, ayos, di ba? Pati pala ang kulay may behavior. Tama po, meron. And we need to understand first how color behaves, how they influence us in different aspects, and how they change their character. Color delivers a significant role in the perception of space in the human mind. For example, when lighter shades are used, it makes the space appears bigger. On the other hand, using darker shades make the same space look smaller. So malalaro natin yung proportion ng space using the power of colors. Sa spaces sa room natin, pwedeng maging understimulated or overstimulated ang pag-a-apply natin ng kulay, depending on the colors used. Kaya dapat maging maingat tayo sa pag-apply at pagbe-blend ng mga kulay na ilalagay natin. Pag sinabing understimulated areas, ibig sabihin yung ginamit nating features are plain or monotonous lang yung contrast ng kulay at medyo kulang yung intensity ng kulay. Yung mga ganitong areas or spaces, pwede naman natin tong bigyan ng buhay or dagdagan ng color shades. Ano naman yung overstimulated areas? Ito yung pag nag-apply tayo ng features ng kulay na sobrang highly saturated. Mayroong strong contrast at maaaring gumamit din tayo ng intricate visual patterns. Ito naman yung mga areas na nasobrahan yung intensity or tingkad ng application ng kulay na ginamit. Or medyo madami na tayong napaghalong shades ng kulay. Kaya yung atmosphere ng building or space ay mabusisi dapat nating inaaral kung ano yung mga babagay or aakmang kulay na i-apply natin. Nakasalalay kasi yung gusto nating ambience sa building or spaces sa pag-select ng kulay. I-observe natin tong dalawang ambience na to na isaset natin as example. Sa office environment, diba, ang ambience na gusto natin ay yung energizing and lively para pag nagtatrabaho yung mga empleyado ay hindi matamlay yung environment at mabubuhayan sila habang nagtatrabaho. On the other hand, i-imagine natin yung hotel or resort. Diba ang best ambience doon ay calming, relaxing. So talagang yung impression ng kulay ay importante sa ambience na gusto nating ma-create. It also supports the function of the building or space. Kaya importante na dapat ma-figure out natin kung ano ba yung mga kulay which will work effectively in any building, sa interior man, exterior, spaces, and room application. Pansin nyo minsan, nagtataka kayo, bakit laging galit ang nanay natin kapag pasok ng kwarto? Baka isa sa mga dahilan nito ay ang kulay na in-apply natin sa kwarto, maliban pa sa mga kalat nyo. Excited na ba kayong malaman kung ano yung mga powerful role ng inyong mga paboritong kulay? Now, let's discuss one by one. Red. Red transmit energy, excitement, strong desire, or urge to something. It regularly used in commercial spaces such as stores or fast food outlets. Nagtatransmit ito ng strong desire or appetite sa food or things. When we apply red sa ceiling, it will give intruding, heavy, and disturbing atmosphere. When we apply it in our walls, it will give aggressive and advancing atmosphere. While when we put it on floors, it will somehow give conscious or alert to anybody who's walking on it. Now let's go to orange. Orange gives exciting, stimulating, cheering, lively, energetic, and extroverted atmosphere into any space or areas. Or also, orange projects an idea of intensity, creativity, euphoria, and enthusiasm. It is also used in creative environments such as offices, studios, or even schools. Kapag binlend siya sa blue, it will somehow create impulsivity and trust. That's why it's always been used in bank. When we apply orange color to our ceiling, it will give stimulating and attention-seeking ambience. And when we put it into our walls, it will give warm and luminous atmosphere. And when we put it in our floors, it will create an activating and motion-oriented atmosphere. Now let's go to yellow. It gives optimism, cheering, curiosity, and radiant and bright atmosphere. Ginagamit din ito sa mga commercial spaces and restaurants para makakuha ng attention, maging inviting ang atmosphere ng any building or spaces. When we put it in our ceiling, it will give luminous and stimulating atmosphere. And when we put it on our walls, it gives warm and sometimes irritating because it's highly saturated. And when we put it in our floors, it will give elevating and diverting atmosphere. Now let's go to green. Green evokes tranquility, calm, serenity, and well-being. It is regularly used in spaces associated with health and well-being, such as hospitals, relaxation centers. Green also gives tranquil, refreshing, quiet, and natural atmosphere. When green is applied to our ceiling, it will give a feeling of protectiveness, and somehow the reflection on the skin can be unattractive. When we put it in our walls, it gives a feeling of secure, cool, calm, reliable, passive, and sometimes irritating if it's glaring. For example, when we use electric green, when we put it on our floors, it will give an ambience of natural if it's oversaturated, and it can give soft, relaxing, and cold if you combine it towards blue. Now let's go to blue. Blue gives positivity, confidence, relaxing, and security. Kadalasan ginagamit ito sa mga commercial spaces and business spaces, gaya ng mga banking agencies, offices, and companies. It gives an ambience of calm, sober and secure, comfortable, and noble atmosphere. It also somehow decreases a person's blood pressure and pulse rate. When we put it in our ceiling, blue gives celestial, cool, receding. If it's dark blue, it will give heavy and oppressive feeling. When we put it in our walls, if we're going to use light blue, it will give an ambience of cool and distant. If it's dark, it will give encouraging, space deepening. When blue is applied on floors, it will give an inspiring feeling of effortless movement. If it's dark, it's just substantial. Now let's go to violet. Violet transmits well-being, calmness, and softness. Example, sometimes we put it in salons, spa, because it gives dignified and exclusive atmosphere. When violet is applied on ceiling, it gives disconcerting and subduing atmosphere. When we put it on our walls, it will give heavy and overpowering atmosphere. When we put violet on floors, it will give fleeting and magical ambience. Now let's go to pink. If you are using bubblegum pink, it will give a lively atmosphere. While if it's just a light pink, it is very calming. Pink gives lively, calming, and intimate atmosphere. When we put pink on our ceiling, it will give a delicate, comforting ambience. When we put it on our walls, it will give an aggression-inhibiting feeling, intimate, too sweet if it's not grayed down. When we put pink on our floors, it will give too delicate atmosphere, and sometimes pink is not very used often. Let's go to brown. Brown gives warm, secure, stable atmosphere. When we put wood and stone, the areas and rooms appear very comfortable and very warm. When brown is applied in ceiling, it will give oppressive and heavy atmosphere, and when we put it into our walls, it will give secure and assuring ambience. When we put brown into our floors, it will give a steady and stable atmosphere. Let's go to gray. Gray gives a neutral to calming ambience, and it has a psychotherapeutic application. It is also good to use gray in wall accents or wall features. When we put gray into ceiling, it gives a shadowy atmosphere, and into walls, it's just neutral and somehow boring. And when gray is applied on floor, it's just neutral. Now let's go with black. Black gives ominous, deep, and abstract atmosphere. When we applied black into our ceiling, it will give hollow to oppressive atmosphere. Black is usually used in ceilings whenever we want to hide something like HVAC and other ceiling fixtures. When we put black into our walls, it will somehow give a dungeon feel-like atmosphere and sometimes ominous as well. Black is also used in walls for accent, and it's very sleek, very modern. When we put black into floors, it is somehow odd and it gives abstract look for our floors. We're done! O ayan friends, sana marami kayong nakuhang idea on how to choose colors sa mga establishments or spaces na i-arrange nyo or a-applyan ng kulay ng pintura. For sure, susunod, magiging maingat na kayo sa pagpili at pag-a-apply ng kulay. Lalong mas magiging effective yung appearance or mood ng labas at loob ng ipapatayo nyo. I hope you enjoy watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and see you next time for another exciting topic here in Architects Insights.